Let's start foreign legal terms with actus reus and mens rea. Under the traditional common law, the guilt or innocence of a person is basically dependent upon whether he had committed the crime, that is actus reus, and whether he intended to commit the crime, that is mens rea. The criminal liability requires the evidence of both actus reus and mens rea before convicting a person. Thus, in criminal justice system, every crime is considered in two parts. First, the physical act of the crime, that is actus reus, and second, the mental intent to do the crime, that is mens rea. Actus reus. It is a Latin term used to describe a criminal act or conduct which is a constituent element of a crime, or the wrongful act or omission that comprises the physical components of a crime. To establish actus reus, a lawyer must prove that the accused party was responsible for a deed prohibited by criminal law. While mens rea means the intention or knowledge of wrongdoing that constitutes part of a crime or a guilty mind or a criminal intent. To explain these terms, we have referred Nirbhaya murder case, which met rarest of the rarest threshold, shook the conscience of the humanity, and became the trigger for toughening of laws dealing with rape and other crimes against women in India. In this case, actus reus constituted the gang rape, barbaric and inhuman act of inserting rods and hand in victim's private part, taking out her internal organs, pulling her with hair, dragging her from rear portion of the bus to the front gate and throwing her out of the bus along with her friend in nude condition on the roadside. The intention or mens rea of the accused persons in this case was not only to commit gang rape but also to rob the complainant and the prosecutrix and then to kill them and destroy all incriminating evidence so that they could not be tracked down. Our next foreign legal term is carte blanche. It means complete freedom to act as per one's wishes or unrestricted power to act at one's own discretion. To understand this legal term, let's check this news headline. Did Mukul Rohtgi give a regulatory carte blanche to Reliance Jio? In September 2016, Reliance Jio launched its services and offered zero tariff as a promotional offer. When the period of promotional tariff expired, Reliance Jio offered another promotional tariff allowing free services to customers. Incumbent operators opposed it, saying TRAI should not have allowed it. But the Attorney General, the government's highest legal officer, said that an operator can offer promotional tariff for an indefinite period and there is no restriction on the number of promotional offers. Such carte blanche in regard to regulatory principles is unprecedented, to say the least. Casus belli. Casus belli means an act or situation that provokes or justifies a war. To explain this term, we have taken example of Kargil War. Let's check this news headline. What led to the war? What was the casus belli for Kargil War? During the first week of May 1999, India received reports of infiltrators from across the border coming into Kargil, occupying it. The security forces initially thought that they were Mujahideen, but they soon realized that it was the Pakistani army that had occupied some of the posts. In reaction to this infiltration, India launched Operation Vijay to drive the Pakistani troops out of Kargil. The war began in May 1999 and went on for 2 months. By July, the Indian forces emerged victorious in the war and the Pakistani intruders were completely evicted. Our next foreign legal term is cause célèbre. It means a legal case that excites widespread interest. It also means a notorious person, thing, incident, or episode. To understand this term, we have referred the very famous Sarabjit murder case. Let's check this news headline. Government pleaded for Sarabjit Singh 12 times. Pakistan stayed unmoved. Sarabjit from Taran Taran, who was awarded death for allegedly carrying out blast in Lahore in 1991, became a cause célèbre with activists. On the day of Sarabjit's funeral, it emerged that persistent efforts failed to bring him back alive. Between 2010 and 2012, the center flanked his release 12 times at various top levels of the Pakistani government. Few other causes célèbres are K.M. Nanavati versus State of Maharashtra, Nithari rape murders, Jessica Lal murder case, Nirbhaya gang rape case, Gorakhpur hospital tragedy, and there are so many others.